We have a lot to cover. This is the first episode of the Noodle Shop.
Finally.
Yeah, we can say that. This
here.
is the first episode. We have been waiting a long time. I mean, we've mentioned it probably on streams and things like that, but
for about half a year now. Half a year.
That wasn't why you were brought into TK.
What? How was that?
Gacha games are the future.
Oh no. That's what he thinks.
No, that's
They're
not
the
possible.
future. Nothing bad will ever happen with gacha games, and I love gacha games very, very much.
Wait,
they're my
actually-
favorite. That is crazy, because we're actually likable, unlike the rest of OTK.
Some of us.
Some of us. 2 out of 3 people here are likable.
Hey,
Look, I'm playing both sides, all
Emmy's
right?
a traitor. Emmy's a traitor.
And my
Emmy's
voice,
the
and my
unlikable
voice
one.
cracked. All right, it's me. I'm the unlikable one. I'm just gonna go home.
No, I'm pretty excited for this episode because it's like where we finally get to feel out the studio as well. I mean, like we're here. It's beautiful. This is kind of a dream location to be in. I mean, look at all of this.
It turned out great. Wait, where?
I'm not going to point them out. You won't know it's a spoiler unless you already know it's a spoiler. Otherwise, you have no idea what it is. Life.
Now I want to see.
Don't say that out loud.
Which one?
I have no idea what that
I
means.
can't see that far away.
Okay, well,
Can I stand up?
The same bottle is also right behind you. That is enormous. Yeah,
Oh, I get it now.
they don't get it.
I get the general idea.
I watch the YouTube analysis. I'm too lazy to read, so I watch other people read for me. Dude, wait till you're ruining your job right now. Sitting here, we have a podcast about people who enjoy watching anime, and you're like, yeah, don't fucking do it, dude. No, it's fucking terrible, dude. Please do not watch anime.
Look,
no,
we can
watch a
have
lot of it.
opinions.
That's almost like being a streamer who plays a game, and then you tell everybody the game's horrible.
Streamer does that.
Okay?
You know what's funny?
Yes.
That was one of the ones that I thought was going to turn out to not be that way with the first season.
And this is what I'm saying.
God, Black Clover, you keep bringing it up, and I believe you. And like that show, the actual bones of the world are something that I mean, like I actually think the bones of the world is something that I think could be cool. The show was so bad. You know the thing that ruined the show for me? I think I may have already told you this, but I don't think
Is it the voice actor?
No, actually.
Oh.
The character with the little sister. And he's like, that
Gauche.
weirdo.
Oh.
Gauche. He ruined the show for me. That's why I stopped
I
watching
forgot
it.
about that.
Yep.
That they were orphans.
Unless it's cheerleader.
Dude, there is nothing that you can say in that situation which makes you seem like a good person. I was like, yeah, they looked pretty. I say to justify the fact that they're orphans. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they had terrible lives, those children. They're not orphans. It makes no fucking sense that they're orphans because he's right there and he makes a bunch of money. Why doesn't he take care of his fucking sister? He's a deadbeat brother that's also...
He's creepy as hell.
He's creepy as fuck.
He's creepy as hell.
He's creepy. And then the nuns, they were like, everybody's an orphan in that show.
Yeah.
They start off as orphans.
Out of the pictures.
The
like
parents
Pokemon.
would get in the way of the story.
Tell me what
Yeah,
Ash's dad looks like.
But no, I agree. No, he's the 8th gym leader. But dude, Ash had to beat his dad to become a Pokemon champ. It's crazy because I became a champ in the opposite way. But the thing
Wait,
with
what?
sorry,
Wait, I don't get it. Explain. Oh, wow. Cool. Wow. Okay.
I used to work at Blizzard. You're fine. Cut that one out. So, orphans.
How do they work?
Can't stand them. No, the thing is, though, is usually, yes, the protagonist doesn't have parents.
Yes.
Because they saved them in some way that you cannot understand until, the 7th season of the show. The Naruto, right? But the difference between Black Clover and the other animes is, every single scene happens in an orphanage. It's basically cities that their main feature is their orphanage. It's a very weird world. No, I haven't read it. I only watched it.
Okay,
and it was terrible. But it's all nuns raising orphans.
For the first 2 parts, yes.
And then they get books.
That's true.
And then they use their books to hurt people. Oh my God. It's a business that creates itself.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah, wait. You actually made that world make so much sense. All right, well, that was the first episode. We'll see you next week where we talked about orphans this week. What's next? No, I don't. I actually have a story about how nuns...
Wow, that's crazy, dude.
Okay. Why? Wait, that was a joke. I'm not leaving. That was a joke. It's not real. I'm not going to offline TV. That was a joke.
Okay,
Tech Done. Don't worry. You thought the 100 Thieves contracts were bad? She's not leaving the state without us knowing.
I don't know. I just would see anime girls online and be like, wow, that's freaking awesome. And I started watching Chobits, which I watched in secret because I started watching. How old was I? I think I was in 5th grade. How old was that? Like 11, 12. And I was watching Chobits, and even at that age, I was like, this is some degenerate shit. My parents to know I was watching it, so I would watch it in secret. But I just like watched it all over the years, and I just always liked it. I've always been into costumes and stuff before I started watching anime, so I got into cosplay. And yeah, no, I have no like crazy story. It's just, oh God.
So do I.
I want to hear yours first, Rich.
Wait, I was going to say I wanted to hear yours first.
You want to hear mine? Okay.
Wait.
So
Yeah, for some reason, I didn't think.
don't.
I watched Pokemon before I watched, but I just don't think, yeah.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that in my like bit as well.
Yeah.
It's you basically any kid from the 90s
Yeah.
watched anime, had no fucking idea. They call it cartoons.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
they
yeah,
put them
watching
on like
cartoons.
4Kids TV. Did you ever watch like Tokyo Mew Mew on 4Kids?
We have both.
Wait, I haven't met anyone who thinks that.
Okay, maybe that's just my childhood.
I really had no idea that I was watching anime
Yeah.
at first, and even I watched Death Note too, and I didn't know. I was like, damn, that's a heckin' good cartoon.
Wait, then where'd you watch it on?
I had
they
a
have it on
friend
TV?
give me a DVD.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot that was.
No, wait,
Not-
really?
The old ones are very good.
Wait, did you watch the new one on Netflix?
No.
I've never
I
watched
watched
a
it
single one.
to okay. Yes, the one with light. So excited, not because I thought it'd be good. I knew it would be terrible, and I was like, I can't wait to sit on Discord with my friends and watch this and laugh for 2 hours. And I did, and it was an amazing time. It was so good.
Do you do that for all of them? Did you watch like the Cowboy Bebop one?
I did not. I was just specifically like, this Death Note one's gonna go crazy, and it did.
Wait, didn't they just do a Full Metal Alchemist? I don't know if it's Brotherhood or like what part of Full
I
Metal it
think
is.
so. Yeah, that was like
not sure.
Americanized.
Dude, I don't get why people
I don't
do
get
it.
why.
I really don't
Yeah.
get why.
I don't think they really make anything off of them.
Wait, why could you only watch 2 hours? Was it because siblings had like TV rights, or you're like your parents? Oh, okay, cool.
So I realized.
Why didn't
from
you
the
just
story-
get rid of your mom?
Anime protagonist move right there. Wait, they have titties in the Dragon Ball
Yes,
manga?
Dragon Ball-
It's not the demographic of Dragon Ball Z. I always assumed it was because when I
No,
was
it
in
is. I mean,
elementary
it's-
school, they had titties in it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Titties are like kind of inherently for kids, if you think about it.
That's true.
That's a really weird thing to say.
What are we talking about before
That
this?
was supposed to be scientific. I thought I sounded smart. I was like, actually.
Actually.
Dude, so that was the whole. That's the story.
Watch
Oh,
on
I thought
Toonami.
that you said it was fucked up. Oh, super cool, super rad. Like
Yeah.
Helga Pataki looking at Hey Arnold's head. Totally fine.
True.
Football head. That's one of my favorite animes. I will say, Ed, Edd and Eddie might be an anime.
No.
Ed, Edd and Eddie's close, and it takes place in Purgatory, and I think that shit's metal.
Which one is that?
The one with the hat, the beanie.
Double D?
Yeah, Double D.
I knew that. I knew. Which one's Double D though?
Double D's the nerd.
Oh, they're pulling
They're
it
pulling
up.
up.
Yeah,
Double
they
D.
got Double D.
Double D's the nerd.
That one.
Wait, why?
You would pull out a really good Double
Why?
D. Are
Wait,
you kidding me?
you know what's funny? Emmy would be Double D. I would be the slime ball one. I was like, yeah, guys, I got a fucking idea.
Yeah.
I need 7 nickels. And then you would be the other one. Nas was actually one of my, like, as a child, I had a crush on Nas. I thought it was Nas.
No.
We have an anime podcast. We're just looking at pictures. We're looking at pictures of Ed, Edd, and Eddie right now. We're actually looking at pictures of Ed, Edd, and Eddie. But to answer your question that you asked just now, how did I get into anime? I was very similar to what both of you said. I was watching Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, even Death Note, had no idea that was anime, and Cyborg 009. I
Yep.
told you that story.
Yep.
But when I first got into anime, and I was like, oh my God, this is a thing, and I want to watch all of it, was Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. I was already a full-grown adult, but basically
sick.
I had been dating a girl for 5 years. It was like my longest relationship, and she and I split up, and I was like shattered. I didn't know like what was going on, and I literally get to a point where I'm like, I don't know what to do right now. And my friend takes me out to a bar, and the first person that I talk to at the bar goes, "Have you ever watched Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood?"
That's sick.
And I go, "No, what's that?"
Yeah.
She took me home, we hooked up, and she showed me Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. that night, I stayed up all night watching it.
So
I went back home, played World of Warcraft while watching Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I never talked to her
Sick.
again. Yeah, now, but do you see
That's
why I
cool.
probably like the show more
yeah, of
too? Like
course.
that was my anime origin.
I wasn't a fan of
just to throw in something that I think is really good as a starter anime with it too.
Yeah,
The pacing is
it's pretty good.
it's really good, and it's like half anime.
It's a
Because
good
it's-
length too.
Yeah.
But it's like made that way on purpose, right? Like, isn't Brotherhood like specifically meant for that? Like, if it was like normal anime pacing, you would have way more Von Hohenheim character development. Like, you would get
It follows
Yeah,
the
well-
pacing of the original story, right? Because they made Fullmetal Alchemist, not Brotherhood. The thing is not what the author decided, and it wasn't as good. Then they kind of fixed some of the pacing too in Brotherhood. Like in the first one, I remember like the first part was like the bird girl or something was really drawn out. But in Brotherhood, it was like one
Maybe the
episode.
dog girl.
You mean Dog Girl?
No, not the dog girl. It was like the very beginning part.
Do you want to play?
It was like when they went to that city and there was like the girl in the cage or something. Am I thinking of the right thing?
In the cage.
It's not the dog girl. There was something else at the
Are you talking
beginning.
about the girl who's like really upset about? I think her love died.
Yes,
and she's in
yes.
she's in the church, and that was Ed Ed.
No, wasn't there something with a bird and like some like morphing
No,
shit transmutation?
I know what you're talking about. She doesn't morph at the beginning, but then doesn't he use his fake philosopher's stone on her, and he tries to make her kill?
Oh yeah, because
Edward.
he was like trying to be like a religious figure with the fake stone.
Yeah, he
Okay, I
he
remember
basically
now.
was like Athene, and he like set up this.
Dude, this is
No,
nostalgic
you're-
Oh my
purposes.
god,
I rewatched it.
It's so good, but I think
No,
you're
it-
right. A lot of people have very fun.
But-
That's true for probably any anime you've watched more than 3 years ago.
But just
though.
think about that.
Honestly, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Dude, no.
The other thing with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood that is great to get somebody into anime, it does some of the like kind of like out there shit that you might not love with comedic delivery, but it doesn't do it too much and it doesn't lean all the way in. So it gives you more of an open mind as you explore other anime. It starts to give you the tools and instantly shoot them down. Like, for example, if I never watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I bet you I wouldn't have finished Made in Abyss, for example. The beginning of that show annoys the fuck out of me. I hate all the characters. I hate kids. Shut the fuck up. You're not special. Go do your homework.
Wait, did you like Promise Neverland?
Yeah, I love that.
All right.
The second season was so good. I was just kidding.
Actually, I haven't watched season 2 because I read the whole. I read the whole manga after season 1 came out because I liked it so much, and then season 2 came out, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll probably watch it eventually. But then I heard that it was terrible, so I didn't bother. But I don't know what happened in season 2 that made it so.
I would say though, too. Obviously, the ending is straight up the worst thing ever, but it's a genuine PowerPoint.
I would want to circle back.
What?
It's horrible.
I mean, it's awful.
awful.
The other thing, though, that I feel like that was such a glaring pain point and obviously so terrible in the show that people don't even talk about, even from the first episode of season 2.
Yes.
It's off. Like,
Yes.
there are things that are good that are just intangibly, like seem good on paper, but are intangibly off. And then that one scene where, this is spoilers. Can I say? I mean, she hasn't seen it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
would
I'm
be
not gonna
careful.
watch it. I already read the whole thing.
Okay, well, I want to be worried about the people at home too. I might not want to ruin it for them.
It's just like there's one thing. I don't think this is a spoiler. It's like,
Okay.
I have an idea for a plan, and it's like the plan is happening in 2 minutes. What? And then they're just fighting.
Yeah.
And then he's like, and then it's like it's literally a 5-minute sequence. It's like the plan has failed, but I have another one. You're like, huh?
Well, I don't like it for being funny.
Yeah, no, of course. I turn a blind eye.
I never think of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood as funny.
I
agree.
I know.
I look to humor for shows like Kaguya-sama Love is War. Which
Yeah,
think is
I love-
peak
that
comedy.
show's so
It's
funny.
amazing.
But the thing is I'm actually arguing the same thing as you, but I'm saying it's good, not bad, because it shows you the
Just the
show.
fucking worst humor.
The show's pacing is good enough
Yeah.
that the humor in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood won't make you stop watching the show. By episode 3, you probably already cried. The humor's not great, but it shows you that annoying humor isn't a reason that you should stop watching old anime. I actually agree with your take.
Yeah.
100%. But the reason that I think it is good because it teaches people to give older animes a chance, even if they don't like that particular style, because a lot of the time it's just thrown in there to be like light comic relief.
What about?
Yeah, I know.
I'm not
Besides that
gonna. I'm
one
not
thing.
gonna spoil
Besides
it.
that one thing, which is just weird.
That is,
fine.
it's very fucking weird.
Yeah, we're
when I
referring
watched it, I was
to-
literally like, what? It's a very
Kings-
good show. I think it's a 10 out of 10.
And don't pick something. Please don't be like, oh, Cowboy Bebop, Fullmetal Alchemist. Please don't.
Oh my god!
Give me something that I wouldn't know.
Cowboy Bebop. I'm not saying it's my favorite, but I have so many memories with that show, which is always great. I'm like stuck on the Cowboy Bebop thing.
Yeah.
I just moved out of my apartment and I found stacks of paper after the movers had moved everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna read as many as I can. And I started reading all of them, and I found sketches that I had drawn where I think I must have literally put it up to a tablet and like traced over Cowboy Bebop, because I had an assignment where everybody got randomly assigned a genre to make a board game for in like a few days when I was in game design school. I happened to get like space western. So that was the reason I watched Cowboy Bebop, and I got super into it. And it was like this framework that made me feel super creative, and I just love that show so much. But it's probably not my favorite. I have to think of a favorite.
Yeah, I mean, what would you say for like your number one favorite?
That's not a generic show. My number one favorite.
If you truly,
okay, I have like kind of like a list for like different reasons. So my favorite type of animes are shows that have nice animation or like very unique animation and like kind of like a darker story. Like I like Devilman Crybaby, Mob Psycho. I know you don't like Devilman.
No. I love it. I just don't agree with the ending.
That's fair.
And then you made it.
I like despair endings.
Yes.
Tone's the kind of, and this is fine, the kind of person you want like a very like fulfilling ending with like not that many questions, right? And like, so like it wasn't like the whole thing was that kind of show. That is like the kind of ending to have, like, because it's a very existential show. Like, it's just like...
I also feel like, from what I know of both of you, you kind of have just, like, different tastes in that regard as well. I feel like Tectone likes watching, like Cats with Instruments.
He doesn't like sad things.
Cute
Wait,
things and happy
did you
things.
like Madoka? Madoka. Okay, that is...
But it's perfect.
There's...
Like, I don't like the color red. But there are certain things that are red that I like because they're perfect.
Do you like reading sad stuff because sometimes you just enjoy being sad? Oyasumi Poon Poon or Goodnight Poon Poon recently, that was like probably the most fucked up story I ever read. Probably. But I liked it. Like, I never got bored throughout the whole thing. There were a couple times where shit happened, and it's a manga too, so it's not even like, you know, the scene just like pops up. I would be reading it and my jaw would drop.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what the fuck? It was so good.
But you gravitate towards sadder things?
Not specifically sadder, just like darker themes. I like existential stuff
thinking.
too.
Ooh.
Or no. Not Naruto.
I like Uzumaki, Tomi, stuff like that. I wouldn't say that's like my favorite though. Like, I like stuff that has like a little bit of like...
Wait, can we zoom in on those? Is that
oh,
possible?
Shit. I don't like it to be like through and through edgy and sad though. Like, I like there to be like lighthearted moments. That's why I like Mob Psycho.
Emmy and I actually have really similar taste, which I kind of started to notice not that long ago, but we have super similar taste. Mob Psycho's up there on... Wait, why are you laughing? Because I like Toradora?
No, because he told me he cried at Toradora multiple times, which I'm not judging you for that.
Fuck you, Emmy.
But, okay, when I first met Rich, he showed me this movie that was just like 3 hours of this guy like going through a snowstorm, dying, reliving his wow.
I love Charlie Kaufman. Obviously not anime, but I'm a huge Charlie Kaufman fan. And I showed her. He does. That's
Charlie Chaplin.
That's Charlie Chaplin.
Oh,
wow.
Deep cut, man.
Yikes,
he did. Charlie Kaufman is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Synecdoche, New York, Being John Malkovich. But I showed her his newest film.
It's called I'm Thinking of Ending Things.
Yeah. And it's like...
That sounds familiar.
Very, very dark. It is like... It's... And I showed her and Sear was like... Sear texted me in his car, and he's like, I'm still in the driveway. I don't know if I should drive right now.
Oh, my God.
It's a very dark movie. And it also makes, like, no sense at moments. I love
that shit hurt my head, bruh. Yeah. But it was a good movie.
Yeah. Oh, man, I'm, like, so bad at picking. Because,
it's hard
like,
to pick.
I can go first if you like.
I have a habit. You should definitely go first. I have a habit that anytime, like, I have I watch something, I go, this is the best thing I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I'm like a recency bias
I kind of do that too.
Yeah.
Recency bias.
Yes.
So it's like a special. Dude, I feel like, I don't know why I feel like I've seen pictures of it before. That brought up a weird thing with me that I do with anime, and I'm not sure if you guys have anything like this. I wait for good mustaches in anime, and I remember, like, when I see a good mustache, I'm like, fuck yeah. There are not that many good mustaches in anime.
What the fuck? Okay, what's a good...
Strong has
Strong,
one.
okay.
That's why one of the reasons I love Fullmetal Alchemist. Like, they actually do sympathize with the mustache cause. What is that guy's name? General Pixis. Did I say it right? From Attack on Titan. He has a strong mustache. Great characters with mustaches in anime. So that was a great mustache. It looked like it was a side character.
Escanor.
Oh, I haven't seen Seven Deadly Sins yet.
Dude, Escanor.
Oh, I haven't either, actually.
That's on like my mainstream list that I haven't hit.
Dude.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say top 50 anime mustaches. I was like, man, dude, you know what? When I actually have to make a choice of the best anime of all time, it is One Piece. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't need to pretend to be a hipster. It's objectively the best. It is the worst and the best at the same time.
You think the best anime is One Piece? Like, you would choose anime? You wouldn't say manga? You would just say anime.
It's terrible at times, but what a journey.
I feel like a lot
sure.
of big series are like that. I'm a big fan of Fate and also a massive hate watcher of Fate. I like it and I also hate
I
it.
kind of hate Fate. There are points. So, like I said, One Piece is. I haven't read it. I've only watched it.
Yeah.
We talked about this before.
Yeah. We could do an entire episode on just One Piece.
Dude, the thing is, and it's what Emmy kind of touched on already, it's when you have something that's, like you mentioned, like big projects like that, something with a lot of episodes, you can't get a story like that anywhere else. And that's what actually pisses me off when they do like the live action things. You're taking away what's so beautiful from the stories a lot of the time, which is like you're working in a medium that you can have this long drawn out, like really detailed, get in the minutia, see the character growth, and that's one of the reasons I love anime.
More world building than
that's
300 episodes of One Piece.
That's the thing with comparing, such a vast thing, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you are going to feel like you're comparing things that are so vastly different there, but One Piece, it does a. Oh man, I
Cuts back again, goes back to the cat. Is it here?
Luffy cries, then screams. Look, you actually made it sound better than the actual beginning. How much I love One Piece, I almost stopped watching that show. And I don't have nostalgia with One Piece because I didn't watch One Piece until I was, I want to say like 24-ish, 25-ish.
That's still a long time ago.
I also
Okay, Rich, what about this? Yeah, what's your favorite anime that's under 100 episodes?
But I for a long time it was probably Sanji, but it's Zoro now. Do you think you're an Usopp, man?
I love you.
Yeah.
I love that you know that
Yeah,
about me,
yeah,
dude.
you're an
I
Usopp,
love
man.
Usopp
Like,
so
yeah.
much, dude. Oh my god, he's so sick.
Dude, you know what fight I love? That is a great one. One of the One Piece fights that I absolutely love. It's on Whole Cake Island with where the little sister comes in. Is that what it's called? Whole Cake Island?
Whole Cake? Yep.
Yeah, and the little sister does like the poison dart.
Yep.
And the dude goes.
Yep.
That is one of the most badass things that's ever happened.
He's referring.
I'm so bad with names,
Dude.
That is one of my favorite fight scenes.
Fun
of all time.
fact.
Yeah.
This.
Really?
Yeah.
That is really good.
I
That
love
is a
that.
cool fact.
Let's do this.
Dude, I've been thinking about getting a One Piece tattoo.
And I'll just be here like, I'm not watching that shit, it's too long.
I was thinking about getting a One Piece tattoo.
Yeah. I think that'd be sick. I would wait because.
No, it's just it has some arcs that just hit so hard.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. It's Fishman Island. It also, and then what? It also has. What's your favorite One Piece arc? And you haven't watched or
No, I haven't, no.
Arlong is amazing. I love Nami as a character, but Arlong is an incredible arc.
Arlong is that's also with the steroids, right? The fish steroids.
Yeah, that's the shark man.
Yeah, and then
The good fishman arc.
yeah, the good fishman arc. Yeah, with I mean that has some really cool characters thrown in the mix. Some politics as well. Yeah, that I know totally know where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Is it right after that arc that they go to Reverie?
Never in my life until I met you.
Sick.
You
The boys.
you You will one day read One Piece, I think. No.
You know what? Okay, I'll do it. You guys can be the old One Piece. I'll be new. I'll be like, I am the perspective of the person who's actually listening to the author. And I'm starting now.
All you need to understand.
All right, cool.
There you go. She knows One Piece.
All right, now.
The boys.
The boys. What's your favorite under 100 episode anime?
And it has to be finished?
No.
Because, like, dude, I am obsessed with Vinland Saga right now.
Dude, yes.
I fucking love Vinland Saga. I'm like, I've rewatched it like 3 times at this point.
Yeah.
Ashalad's one of my favorite characters of all time.
Ascalad?
Ashalad.
Ascalad?
Ashalad?
Ascalad.
Ashalad.
Okay.
Ashalad.
Ascalad.
Are we saying it differently?
You're saying Ascalad?
Ashalad.
Ascalad.
Ashalad.
Oscalad.
Bulk.
Osca.
Carry on.
Ashka.
I think we're just having a stroke.
I wish I died right now. That would just be like so sick. Imagine if I died on the first episode of the show.
What a way to start off.
Asha. Yeah, no, Vinland Saga is insane. Vinland Saga is one of those shows too that really knows what it means to have a character grow in an arc, close out the arc, still have a million questions in a lot of ways, but you still feel satisfied. And then on top of that, I think one of the hardest things to do in writing is make sure that every event makes every other character more interesting. One season, right? So like, but I meant like I'm only basing it off of one season. We could knock it out quick. I watched it. It was like I watched it until I couldn't stay awake. Woke up, finished it.
I love that. Yeah. I love when that happens. I haven't done that in a long time because every show I've been watching for the last year or two is like recent release.
Yeah.
I've been watching like.
See, I don't do that as much.
Vinland Saga, based. Thank you. I appreciate the fuck out of that.
It's great. I want to hear more about how you feel about Mob Psycho though, because Mob Psycho to me, you'll notice my brain is very much like I remember when I watched it. Mob Psycho was the anime that I was actively watching when we started OTK.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, I love that one.
I thought that one of you like didn't really like Mob Psycho. Was it you? That though, I like that he like reached his potential, but there's still shit he has to do and like figure out.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I get that.
I like that.
Who's your favorite character?
It's Ryan. There's
one of the best characters ever.
He's amazing.
I do
amazing
like
character.
Mob. Like I like he just has his little cute moments where he's so happy. I just like that.
Mob is cool. But Ryan is actually
He cares.
One of the best characters, period. People tell me that if I was an anime character, that's who I would be.
Yes,
he's a lying
you
piece of
would
shit.
be. Yes, he's a scumbag scammer.
Absolute bitch.
Everybody tells you no abilities at all relies on other people. So he's got a special spot in my heart. Yeah.
Oh, I like Dr. Stone
You
as well.
say you're terrible with names, and you're just like, oh yeah, Kakagori. This season 6.
Okay, because I love that character. He's so fucking cool.
Who do you see yourself as, though?
Myself?
That's a really hard question. Wait, you have an answer to this question?
Not
yourself?
Yet, but like thinking about it right now, I mean, probably Sasuke. Either Sasuke or Thorfinn.
Thorfinn? Oh, I love him, dude. Shit. Wait, I mean, who do you think you are?
I don't know. That's
You're
what
like
I'm
Mob.
thinking.
You're Mob.
Emmy is kind of Mob. That was like what I was thinking in my head, too.
I can live with that. I like Mob.
Guts.
Shut up.
Guts for sure.
Bro, why? Wait, no, I want to know now. Why?
What are your sparks? I love that. That's in the anime, the 1997 one. When he's talking to the guy who's forging the sword. And he's hitting the hammer, and he's talking about the sparks, and he thinks about all the fights, and he's like chasing the sparks, right? And like that's like a moment that makes sense, a moment of clarity. And I always think about that, like there are those moments where it just makes sense, and you're chasing those sparks. Like, what are your sparks? Tell me, Guts.
I love Berserk so much.
Me too.
It's so goddamn
Me too.
good.
Me too.
Fuck.
Oh.
There's a lot, and they're hard to get.
Yeah,
they're super hard to get.
Yeah, I've only ever seen up to 9 in stores. That's why I thought there were only 9.
For people coming out this season.
Chainsaw Man.
Yes, obviously Chainsaw Man is one.
Wait, what's the
obvious.
other one?
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock.
It's a soccer anime. It's a sports anime.
I've never gotten super into. Do you do the sports animes often?
I watched Haikyuu with someone. And it was
Anime,
I agree. I don't
I
really care
like-
for that.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds pretty good.
That sounds really good.
That sounds stupidly good.
Yes.
Seems like something that is, so for me, like, I'm not like that into the idea of an anime that's just like a Fight Club anime, but then Baki exists. I love Baki. Oh my god, the scene where he shatters the glass and he's got like glue on his hands. He's just like, like I fucking love that show so goddamn much. Dude, I love Evangelion.
Yeah, it's good.
Here's the thing. This room always makes me think of Evangelion because where I sit, there's a giant poster there and then all the books.
Yeah.
That's another one though that I like more because of like life stuff too. I actually know that one I can't make the right call on. I thought Made in Abyss was too.
Season 2?
Yep. Or yeah, so it was like what? It was like season 1 and then 2 movies or 3 movies?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
I did watch season 1 when it came out.
There's
it was
like a
very
bunch
good.
of movies after
Wait,
too.
so you finished it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He
Is
didn't. He got to the elevator.
Are we fall?
Yeah, we're entering fall.
So here's what's coming out.
I like it. It's not bad.
Sucks. Oh man, that was okay. So My Hero popped off when I had kind of gotten to the point where I was like, I watch every single anime now. That was the show that hurt me and made me skeptical of everything.
Wait, what did you like about it?
So it was just okay. It was fantastic up until like the One for All for One arc, and then obviously it has a little bit of a dip. Then it starts to get back into it with like the League of Villains, but then it gets super lost as a show. It was
like
so long that I quit though.
Yeah, it was preparing to make a play.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
Yeah.
we're gonna make a play, and then it's like, but it's all of this weird slice of life shit that I just could not get into, and it went on for so long. And now you can roast me because I could be wrong because I quit. It was so much that I quit, and I will not go back to the show.
So once
I've just decided.
I watched, I think, up to season 3, and then the rest I read like the manga up until when it was current in like 2020. So I am behind currently, but I haven't seen that part of it. But I don't care for slice of life stuff either.
Yeah,
I like slice of life, but
Like, you know, it's like a nice little break. And you're like, oh, this is enjoyable. But when it drags out, it's just
even
it's
in even in video games, like in Final Fantasy 14, like when all of a sudden it's just like. I actually have to admit, I did cry one time when I saw a character eat a cheeseburger because I was like, oh my god, like life is so hard for him. But there were like there were some moments where I was like, this is a little bit too slice of life for me, and like that is something that will take me out of shows. But yet I will tell you that I've cried during Toradora, right?
Yeah.
So there's a balance.
yes, I love Spy Family.
Spy Family season 2 is coming out.
It's nice that it's releasing so quickly.
Yes.
They just knew, I guess, that
Dude,
it'd be big.
It's so fucking
It's
good.
very
I
good.
started reading Spy Family.
Yeah.
You read Love is War, right?
I didn't read.
So funny.
Okay,
You should read that
I'll
one
read
too.
it. I'll read it. But I started reading Spy Family with Seer, like next to each other.
Yeah.
And Seer actually ruined it for me. It's like, Richie, I thought you were smart. I thought you had better taste than this.
No.
And then he was like, Tectone really does like baby shit, huh? And like he just kept.
Why you let it get to you?
No, I was like, yeah, this sucks. I was like, you want to watch Barry, Seer?
Oh my
So
God.
I actually stopped reading it because Seer ruined it for me.
Anya.
She's so cute. Dude, I'm a big Yor because she's hot.
I like Yor,
But
too.
she's not the best character for me. I like Yuri.
I feel like Yor doesn't have as much depth compared to Anya or Lloyd.
Wait,
At least
actually,
not. Yeah.
Okay, the brother of Yor.
Yeah, he is. He's awesome. He's a badass.
Does Attack on Titan season 4 part 16 come out this season? What is going on, man? I feel like they get so much additional hate just because of how misleading that feels. Like I feel like you put yourself in such a position, and this is something that I didn't really appreciate with anime until recently. You put yourself in such a bad position. It happens with OTK too. You say huge announcement, and then you go like, we tweeted. Like, of course people are going to be disappointed. And I feel like,
annoying.
yeah, when you're like the final season, and then it gets to the end, and it's like the final season, part 1 of 8. You're like, Tips Fedora. You're like, fuck you.
Because
I think the thing, Techie, Attack on Titan, and I decided this before we started the show.
Yeah.
I almost just never want to talk about it with you.
Yeah.
Because I hate you when you talk about Attack on
I
Titan.
know, a lot of people do.
And I love you. I love you more than I want to talk about one particular anime. That shit will make me go bald on this show if we talk about. Dude,
That would be.
and he just goes, yeah, but what if they just fucking punched each other more, dude? And I was like,
Dude, that's if you think about the show.
Why were you mad about the Devilman ending? That's the same ending.
No, because can I say that? Can I say that?
Can I say one thing though?
Yeah.
A story that makes you see a possibility and feel something, and then takes you in another direction.
Yeah.
That isn't the one that you thought, but you get both of those ideas in your head. That's a story that makes you think, and it leads you to other places. Whether it's the thing with Attack on Titan that I really like is, depending on the episode, it can make you one very particular thing of what it means to be a human, and that can turn into a tangent that changes the way that you think moving. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine. And
100%.
I love that take. I love that take because you're not saying that I'm wrong. So we can kiss now.
Yeah, 100%. Dude. But like,
do think we don't fully agree on all of it, but I do think that it feels like you're getting milked. And I think even if the story was great, when they start making the final season have 37 parts and they don't tell you right away, it does feel bad. Like, it does feel like you're kind of being milked.
Whether you get in the manga where they do the pivot from what it's originally about to.
Arcs are arcs for a reason. Arcs open up ideas, close those ideas, and then they move you to a different area to think in a different way, right? I think that liking the first arc a lot and what it is shouldn't be necessarily, it shouldn't kill the rest of the show for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do agree that the first arc brings up a lot of really interesting ideas. The idea of like being in a cage and like the human spirit of no matter what it takes. I totally agree with that. But that also, I think, is one of the ideas that the show has that is the most visceral and it's been achieved in a lot of other shows. And I think that it's relatable and it is a good hook, but the show goes so much deeper.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of those arcs make me that one scene, and I think this is one way I can say it without spoiling anything, where it's like everybody was drunk off of something. You know the scene I'm talking about? It's a very particular scene.
I've only seen the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did heard that it changed it to kind of like a political thriller. That kind of made me lose interest in reading it.
Yeah.
I love the first 2 seasons.
You know what?
It makes you, it shows that, I'm trying to like express myself right now, and this is something that we'll learn with this show. I'm trying to express myself without ruining the show for everybody.
Of course.
Because I can like point to particular moments and say like, look, this juxtaposition of having like this physical altercation and this mental one and how these characters are working against each other just shows the core of the problem. When Mikasa has that scene when she awakens and she sees the praying mantis eating the bug, it doesn't matter if it's physical or if it's mental. That is the problem. You go back something to be happy, something else needs to suffer. And that is the crux of the show. And by changing up those different moments and seeing that aspect flare out over all of the tropes of the show, you go, holy shit, are we in the cage? Are we doomed no matter what?
Yeah. But let's not forget about the part where, once again...
Oh, and then the new theme song. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
Dude, rumbling is sick.
Dude,
But
you liking what you like is not
yes.
valid.
100%.
Fuck you, Tectone. Fuck you, Tectone. Fuck you, Tectone. Fuck you.
That was not what I meant.
But also, like, when it started
Have you
becoming
seen
like...
Iron Blood and Orphans, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
But when I want to
See,
quote a great
I
film.
would disagree with that, but keep going. But never mind. I'm sorry.
Where is my super suit? When everybody's special, no one is. And that's my feeling with how far you get into Attack on Titan.
Well, that's not true because then you'll find the one person who isn't special and then they're special. Welcome to My Hero Academia. But yeah.
Oh, yeah, let's tell
That guy's shooting bubbles out of his fingers. No power to give.
no more, man.
No, what was I disagreeing with you on? There are so many things. There's no point to have a take if you don't let it be contested.
I agree.
This is called, like, we're learning things about the whole thing that's beautiful about life is the fact that you share the experiences and you come out better for it. You're going to see things in a different way than I see them.
Yep.
Emmy's going to see them in a different way than we both see them. And if we talk about them, all of a sudden we get to see all the different facets of the diamond.
That's why I go live.
I like to give shows a chance too, because like someone else said they like it.
And I hope people like me, so we can all.
I wouldn't have watched.
Speaking of which, this episode and hit the bell for all.
Yeah.
One episode a week.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to as well, these early shows, it was kind of us talking about why we're doing it, what you guys can kind of expect. But as we're building out the show, we get to dive deeper and deeper into certain things. Looking forward to that. Because when there's a more formal way where I'm like, I'm not going to ruin this show for people by saying a very particular, I'm like a video essay person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like I will sit there. And one of my examples is when I was in college, I was supposed to write a 2-page paper on a Kafka short story, and I wrote a 30-page paper, turned it in. The short story itself was 27 pages long. I literally beat Kafka in word count. And my professor was like, I'm not reading this. I was like, I got an A eventually, but it was a war of attrition. But I love going line by line and picking stuff apart. That was good. I really appreciated that.
The thing about,
But we probably did.
I think we did. We have no idea what the fuck is going on yet, but we hope we saw you there.
I didn't really get to walk around because I was working at the Riot booth, but I saw a lot of cosplayers. I got to walk around the floor for like 5 minutes, and I was also outside the con. Like literally the entire sidewalk just full of cosplayers all like hanging out and taking pictures and stuff. It was really cool. No, stop! I can already see the comments. They get so mad. Yeah, that's me.
What's her name?
Gwen.
So Gwen?
Yes, she's not me.
I played Dota. Which one's Gwen?
The blue hair girl with the big scissors.
Can you show me Gwen?
Yeah, Gwen. League of Legends. On God.
So they put you in League of Legends, and they put S-Fan in League of Legends.
No, the new Udyr looks like S-Fan.
Spirit Guard
Udyr.
No,
okay, so
dude, you look just like.
Oh god, I've repeated this so many fucking times to people. My chat hates this.
That is you, bro.
So the artist who painted/designed Gwen, after she was released, I did a cosplay of her because people said that her model in game looked a lot like me. After I did that cosplay, the artist replied to my cosplay and was like, it's come full circle because you were on my reference board for when I made her. But she's not literally me. It's just there's some inspiration in her face from me in my cosplays, but that's all there is to it.
You were just
oh my god! I'm just terrified of my chat because they get so mad. There's like people talk. I'm Gwen. No, okay, they just get mad because it gets brought up so much. But how am I not supposed to like? This game was
That's
my
cool.
life.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. You're an anime character.
That's
God, please no.
Please tell the
I'm
story.
having so many
Please tell the
flashbacks.
story.
The story?
Yes.
Which one?
You're my real life anime girl.
Oh my god, no! I mean, that's just happened. Like,
yeah.
there's just been people that will like call me a waifu, or like there was this guy that I only like. He was only my boyfriend for like a week, so it's like nothing. I was in high school. There was one time. Okay, so I want to say I've had the nickname emiru for a long time, but it's a typo. It's not even like based on Japan or anything. I know there's like one anime character named emiru, but it's in some magical girl show.
That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, but oh god, please no. Okay,
Emiru is so iconic.
Yeah. Oh my god.
okay, I already forgot what I was saying. What the hell was I talking about? Okay, this guy that I was talking to very briefly. This was like one of the moments where I was like, this is not gonna work. He just out of nowhere, he just goes like, Emiru-chan, and I was like, please no. It was the most point. I wasn't going by Emiru online. No one called me that. I just used that as like a nickname on like certain games. So like it wasn't even like people would be like, oh, you're Emiru. It was just like a tag I had.
The fact that you said, this is the most concerning thing to me. You said that was one of the moments. What the fuck else did this guy do? That wasn't the
people. Yeah, he's just been trying to meet me for years. It's kind of weird.
Did you make voice meter?
Why did I look like he was there? I was like, oh, hey. You
Hey guys,
pointed.
today we're going to be doing the Noodle Shop Podcast. We'd like to welcome Tectone and Rich Campbell to the floor.
Let's open with that.
I don't know if we can talk about this.
The number one person.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to get Gigak out here on the show.
He just did a video that I didn't get to watch yet. It's in my queue. I need to watch it. It was like the history of anime YouTube. I'm really excited to watch it because it's like I basically like I saw him tweet it, went to the video, like let it play the whole time to make sure that I was good to the analytics, but I didn't have enough time to watch it then.
Yeah.
Liked it, saved it, and I'm gonna watch it later. I literally let the video play. I do that all the time. I get so nervous I'm gonna like screw over people's analytics. Like if I just click on the link. Regardless, I have mental issues. I'm very excited to watch that. I'm definitely on the same page with you. Excited for an episode like that. But I'm trying to think. I feel like for me, it's going to be a random person.
Asmund popped into my head when you said favorite person.
Asmund's the god of all
most
content.
excited
I've
person.
talked to him about anime so many. Like, dude, look at that sword, dude. Wow, dude, rich, dude. But he won't stop talking about Sword Art Online, so I just don't want to have him on.
No, that would be funny.
He like literally.
I would like that.
He's
I think
just like
that's
in
funny.
season 1 of Sword Art Online. Actually, you know who I want to have on really bad, and I think we could pull it.
Who?
Yoshi P. Yeah. Now the reason why so Yoshi P, the master of Final Fantasy 14, which is obviously a game that I love a whole bunch, and I did an interview with him right before the new expansion, and we talked about anime very briefly because Final Fantasy 14 is crawling with anime references, obviously, and I was talking. He loves One Piece, so I would love to have him on.
That'd be
and
cool.
He also told me if he wasn't like doing what he did and like working on games, he would have been a streamer. So maybe he would come on. I feel like that would be a sick episode.
Who do you think?
Asmund, I just think it'd be. Yeah, I'm gonna say Asmund, Mr. Gold, Asmund Gold.
Mr. Gold. And also, should we end this thing?
Dude, I feel like I just came up with an idea. We should do like a thing of the week, like almost like a book club.
For specials, yeah.
Yeah, for reason of time. So.
I mean, we can save them for future episodes.
Yeah.
We're doing this every week, bro. Like something right now that's like something that we're all going to revisit this week. I feel like that would be super fun. If we did that, like.
Okay, I'll
love
rewatch
Code
some
Geass.
Code Geass.
I'll rewatch as well.
How many seasons? Is it 2 or 3 seasons?
2. Dude, okay. So
It's a
okay.
quick one.
Code Geass.
What?
4.
Vinland Saga does not need 4. What are you talking
4
about?
To like when
4 is nuts. 4 is
you know what happens.
yes. 4 is nuts. But Vinland Saga actually is such good pacing.
It is.
Dude,
It is.
When I can't see shit. I can't see that shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it later.
But like
Watch it.
yes.
And a new season of Magic the Gathering is coming out, so I was like watching that, so I haven't watched it yet.
Dude, speaking of which, I need to play Magic as well.
Dude.
New season starting tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
I'm
I
stoked.
got to play early.
I know I saw. I'm jealous.
Oh my god,
I bet it's sick.
it's so much fun.
Yeah. You know what else is fun? Next week's episode. It's gonna be sick.
Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us and getting to see what we're going to be doing on Noodle Shop. We talked a little bit, but there's a lot of cool stuff coming up very soon.
Dude,
Yep.
I have a podcast was actually the thing that kind of started content creation for me.
Yeah.
Like I actually started with a podcast. The feeling that I get chatting with both of you guys is like, it's just crazy how right this.
We're real friends.
Follow the channel.
Why did it get so quiet? Why is it so
I
quiet?
don't know.
We ended every episode with a low budget reenactment of a scene sent in from a viewer.
But
Well,
that's,
we would need them to leave a comment.
Yeah, in the comments, tell us what scene from your favorite anime you want us to act out with no higher than a $5 budget.
that
I'll do
sounds
it.
fun. I'll
Fuck
do
it,
it.
I'll do it.
Yeah,
Fuck it.
that's
Imagine
funny.
we ended every episode with that.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say it. If it's
I
bad,
know what
let it
he's
out.
reading right now, and I don't want to know.
No, bro. No way.
Okay, well that could have been like 10 different things, but all right.
And then I'll just win with the last one.
Well, there's next week to look forward to.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's it for the show. I hope your autoplay takes you to somewhere good. Otherwise, you'll be alone.
Yay.